Independent musicians today are essentially drowning in mountains of data. You have access to more information than any generation before you. You have listener locations from Spotify, view durations from YouTube, and transaction histories from Shopify. But that information sits in isolated silos. It looks like math wearing a cheap suit, a city name, a stream count, or a merch order that feels entirely disconnected from the human experience of music. The left funnel represents rented platform attention. You get 1 million plays, but those anonymous dots fall through a sieve. None of it pays the rent unless you build relationships. Relying on platform analytics means they own the environment and decide who sees your music. The challenge is converting that rented attention into owned relationships, but doing so is nearly impossible when artists are expected to act like spreadsheet monks. You are trying to find the signal while writing songs, booking shows, and fixing the van. Musicians already have the data. They need the story. The numbers are simply the evidence of where people are leaning in. AI offers a way to find that narrative. Think of it as a flashlight rather than a content puppet. You use it to illuminate the human behavior hiding inside your analytics, so you can translate those numbers into language real people can feel. Viewing AI as an emotional translator helps you escape the algorithm casino. It allows you to look at a dashboard and see the person hitting play at 2 a.m. because they wanted to feel less alone. The AI translator only works if you give it the right job. If you ask a chatbot to write a viral post, it will return a pile of marketing oatmeal that puts the internet to sleep. You have to feed the AI real, specific signals: your top cities, your stream spikes, and your email click rates. You give it the truth of what is happening, and then you ask it to find the story. When applied to location data, a stat might say Atlanta is your number 3 city. The AI translates that into a narrative. Atlanta, you found this song before almost anyone else, so we are building the next tour run around you. This also works for song performance. If a 2-year-old track suddenly spikes, it reveals a group of listeners finding the music on their own timeline. AI can help frame that as a second life for a deep cut, leading to a new acoustic version for the fans who carried the song further than expected. Acknowledging these local patterns shifts the relationship from a broadcast to a conversation. It makes the fans feel seen, which gives them a specific reason to invest in the artist's growth. Physical merchandise data is frequently misunderstood. Most artists treat it as an inventory report, missing the fact that a t-shirt sale is a map of fan culture. Consider a piece of vinyl that moves slowly online, but flies off the merch table after a show. The chart shows 2 very different behaviors for the same product. AI helps connect these dots, explaining that the object requires the emotional charge of the live event to sell. The fan isn't just buying a product, they are buying a memory of the night. By recognizing what fans truly value, you can build limited bundles and campaigns centered on identity and memory rather than just pushing more inventory. This data-driven storytelling scales into the Fan Passport, a system that integrates every touchpoint into a single view of the relationship. It creates a portable, long-term map of fan engagement that you own. Fans earn stamps for attending shows, buying vinyl, or joining the email list. Over time, those individual actions form a web of real-world history between the artist and the supporter. AI analyzes this interconnected passport data to identify specific patterns. It can show you that your Nashville fans have the most repeat show attendees, allowing you to reward them with early access to the next record without a platform gatekeeper standing in the middle. The Fan Passport turns anonymous interactions into a targeted ecosystem. It creates a business model driven by mutual loyalty rather than rented algorithmic reach. Using AI this way requires strict boundaries. You must retain your own fingerprints. AI serves as an editor, not a mask for the truth of who you are as an artist. The goal is service, not surveillance. You should never use AI to fake intimacy or sound like a corporate brand. If the copy mentions leveraging audience touchpoints, it needs to be taken behind the shed and retired. You also have to connect the story to a business reality. A heartfelt post that only asks for a like is just more free content for a platform that monetizes attention better than you do. Every story needs a direct invitation into your owned ecosystem. This flowchart shows how the narrative leads to a specific action, an email sign-up, a direct merch sale, or a ticket purchase, bypassing the social media algorithm entirely. Requiring your stories to lead to an owned environment is how you build a music middle class. You generate sustainable, direct revenue without compromising the art. Dashboards do not inspire devotion. Nobody ever got a band tattoo because of a conversion rate. People show up for the sense of belonging that music provides. The future belongs to artists who combine owned data with their unique voice, using AI strictly as the translator to bridge the gap. Analytics are simply the digital traces of people reaching out to connect with a song. To learn more about building your own fan passport and owning your data, visit makingascene.org. When you turn those traces into a story, you stop begging gatekeepers for scraps. You finally